If they picked another mage, then the Victor and other mage can go wherever you'd like to put them. So you're still keeping things a bit ambiguous. The Rise,
no longer ambiguous.
Consideration. This is feeling like it will be going into Showmaker's hands. You're exactly right.
Okay, so a lot of rotational power here. A lot of pressure on Zeka now. The Talia is still a potential pick for him. It still could be what he wants to opt for here to try to match the Rise rotations a little bit. Good into Skarner. Annie makes this draft a lot simpler.
Yeah. Don't mind the Annie. I feel like they're going to need Zeus to...
Problem is, whatever he does is blind. If he's like, I'm going to Aatrox it, then Shu has so much agency here to counterpick him. So,
is it Rumble? Like, does it have to be Rumble?
It could be Rumble. I don't know, though. Feels like Cassante would have been the one I'd be most comfortable with, but they banned it. And so, what is the option here? Scion or something like that, I feel like just doesn't really fit the bill.
Yeah, and I don't think you want to be playing something like a Zahen.
Aatrox, he's really doing it. I said it as a joke because it's so tough to blind this, I think, in this draft, but it's something he built his whole career on, was blinding Aatrox and winning every matchup. So if you're still going to hang on that one, could work out.
Look, I like Aurelia into Aatrox, but I mean, Aurelia is a scary prospect.
Or just play Cannon.
Just play Darius. I think Darius would have been the right call, but it will be the Renekton. And so a very beefy draft.
Tough one.
Yep, does have a lot of firepower in the early to mid game, and we'll see whether they can play around it as we get onto the Rift for game 2. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for the second game of the series, and maybe our last of the night. A 4-0? I don't really want a 4-0, but like you were saying, well, feels like there's been a lot of them.
We had one yesterday as well, right? Like, I mean,
yeah,
I didn't think it was going to happen. After KT won game 1, I was like, oh, it's, a T1 will bounce back.
And that's kind of what we're thinking right now, which is making me more worried because we have precedent, The 4-0 always wins out, or something like that. But we'll see whether HLE can buck the trend and figure this one out. As I kind of like this bottom lane. I'm kind of interested to see how this this Pyke Victor is going to work. Smash has been brilliant on this Victor. The first time he played it, I was like, wow, what a waste. Because Showmaker is so good at this champion, and then Smash was really good at the champion. I'm like, oh, I guess it's fine.
Yeah. It's just a really strong bottom lane pick right now because it's pretty stable and a lot of tough matchups into 80 carries. And you just get through the laning phase, you end up getting your first component, and you're kind of ready to fight. And you're going to get your mana back, and you can go to the mid lane. And we've seen it so often pair well with the Skarner in the mid lane, but will also be the case here in the bottom lane, especially in 3v3s. Kanavi, though, is very mobile on this Lee Sin, and the blind Lee Sin first pick is a very, very strong one. It just comes at such a heavy cost in this draft because of the Skarner Victor follow-up, once you call out right away.
And the amount of players that really do like the Skarner in this matchup as well does give you a little bit of pause. But like you were saying, I mean, I think that HLE should be able to utilize this draft very effectively based on how they like to play the game, which is fast and loose, push as many buttons as possible at all times. And Kanavi, with agency, is a very, very scary jungler. Let's just see whether it's going to be enough now, as he is moving towards his bottom side, clearing out his Gromp and his blue buff right now, and then should be able to potentially contest for this bottom scuttle, as we do have Lucid down there as well.
Really awkward for Jhin into mages like this because he needs some sort of setup because it takes him so long to actually output his damage. Otherwise, the Victor is kind of just chilling as his wave is very far away from Guma right now. Does have the CS lead, which is why that's the case, pushing this one a little bit faster.
Yep.
But you can see that, without Delight's help, it is very difficult to actually try to put the Victor into an uncomfortable position, especially when you consider he also has teleport, which we've talked about a lot.
Yeah, so Smash, I think, is probably going to be all right. Haven't really seen too much break open, as Lucid here in a bit of a protective stance alongside Showmaker. Both scuttles have been taken, as Lucid picks up a rock gives away his position as he throws it at Kanavi, who is going to move his way over, looking to clear out that control ward. Should be able to do so, but currently, Lucid finding the better end of that trade.
We're getting to the
junglers.
point where Skarners do so much damage. Okay, Showmaker, this is a bridge too far.
Yeah, he flashes, but Zeka can just follow him. And now he got a Bone Skewer coming in. It pulls Delight out of the way, but Showmaker will be taken down. The auto was in the air. And yeah, pushed up a little far with full information.
Yeah, well, I mean, with Kanavi, the question is never, it is never ever, has the danger passed? It has never passed. He is still in that bush. He always is there.
And
you
also,
better assume
he didn't have enough time to recall yet.
Oh, I know,
like, no matter what.
I don't fully understand. We'll watch back again. I wasn't really looking at the wave state exactly. No, very easy to walk. What? Very easy to walk away from this one.
Yeah.
He had a ward on the Raptors, which also confirmed Kanavi didn't walk away. Yeah, anyways, this one was a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, not exactly the best move there from Showmaker in the mid lane, but I like the gusto, you know? He went for it, and that's something.
He wanted a little bit more of an advantage over Zeka right there.
Yeah, and now he has much less. Zeka has a 450 gold lead, approximately, and it has spelled out into about a 700 advantage just for the team. As Delight doesn't quite find the Cosmic Binding there. Will be Korea just slinking away. Burn-Earn, as you like to say, is done here for Smash.
Yeah, not often picked up
lighting
first.
Things on fire.
But can, in these more extended fights, actually be quite strong into a Jhin.
Yeah, Shu with the Dominus now running. World Ender there for Zeus as well. Just going to escape the Crocodile. There's both R buttons, just on cooldown. All right, no Chemtech Soul this game. That is going to be the first dragon here that HLE look to be taking right now. There's a Bone Skewer onto Delight, though, as he flashes to get the stun. Gravity Field to make sure that that one is lined up, and I don't think that Safeguard is going to be enough. The flash into the Magical Journey, into the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike onto a Gromp. Will get Kanavi out of there, but that is still a flash down and a kill over to DPLUS.
Yeah, big win here. And the Lucid Skarner doesn't get any assist gold out of that, but I don't think he really cares that much in this situation. Now has level 6 off of the Gromp, so there's not going to be any chase here.
Yeah.
I don't think Kanavi was that interested flashless and without level 6 himself. So, man, okay, he will eventually get forced to stop his recall. Great flash there from Career to secure the stun, kind of keeping Delight guessing on which angle he was going to take there. You could see Delight was trying to suss it out, knew he was in a bad spot. At least was able to get his Magical Journey up, so that was what saved Kanavi with the flash. He is going to try to make a play onto Shiu here top side. Shiu's ult already down, but it reacts, so...
Yeah, Slice and Dice available there for the Renekton, so it wasn't exactly going to be a very possible gank attempt, as there is barrier down from Gumayushi as well, as Smash just ushers him out of the lane with an Arcane Storm.
Imply he wants to stay. I think it does. Skarner is on the other side of the map, which I think you could reasonably assume, and it looks like he will be able to. See if Smash can kill a Jhin here. I don't think so.
No, especially not with Gumayushi able to clear out the wave. He does hit level 6 as well, so the next wave you could possibly take down with a Curtain Call if you would like to in a pinch. But that is neither here nor there. DPLUS with about a 100 gold lead, but it's teetering back and forth as these minions do get consumed.
So another...
Nothing much in it right now.
Yeah, very close game. Small advantages, you know, top side here for the Renekton. Small advantage for the Victor. Picked up that first kill there on the bottom side. But because of the error of Showmaker, Zeka's in a good spot as well. First dragon of the game has already been taken by HLE. We don't know what soul it's going to be, but they could turn that into a 2-Drake lead. That would be nice. The Grubs, I feel like in this game, not the biggest Grub game of all time. You know, we're looking at a Jhin comp, Annie in a side lane, Aatrox, you know, Rise.
Yeah.
Might be helpful, but this is not like the Giga Siege comp. Obviously, Rise has a lot of side lane power, and if he's left to his own devices, we'll get a lot done with that. But this is not a ride or die, Grubs or go home type of game, so whoever doesn't like the fight can just simply opt out, I would say, in this one.
Yeah, I do think that, like, as far as 4-1 is concerned, like, both compositions kind of want to play that sort of style a little bit, so you could get some side laning done, but like you were saying, I don't think it's the most pivotal Grub game. Still, they are up and available now. HLE looking for Smash towards this bottom side.
A wave, though.
Yeah, let's see whether the Curtain Call is going to actually work out here. That's a great flash as he gets kicked over the wall, and down he will go. The turret It does destroy Delight. But DK, they're just going to be focusing elsewhere. First, Grub does go over to Lucid as they attempt the cross-map.
The flash was good from Smash, but man, everything went wide there for Delight. Guma was like, all right, thanks for the clown show. Guess I'll kill him.
Yeah.
Guma, he didn't miss critically. Otherwise, that could have been a different story there. He ends up picking up first blood. There's just too many members for Smash to really be able to do anything there despite the whiffs.
Yeah, and Delight being able to tank up the turret indefinitely until he was dead was pretty important. As Lucid looking to try and protect Showmaker here, but he might be in trouble himself. Zeka flashes and does not hit the Scorpion. There's a blast cone available to try and get him out of here. His Crocodile in the area. Zeus does get over, but it looks like Lucid is standing his ground. Career is over the wall, and now Shiu gets in, actually pulls Delight out, but this is a Bard, so he can magically journey his way back if he wants to, and instead, he's just going to wander out of there.
He also had ult, so if they wanted to try to extend that play, it was a bit of a risky one for DPLUS to try to do so. So ultimately, they decide not to. The Skarner is so difficult to kill into this draft, again, because of all the lack of consistent damage for the moment.
Yep. And his pants are well and truly going to stay up as well, as you can see with double belts. If the first one fails, he's got a backup belt.
I like to think he's wearing them cross over each other like an X.
Oh, yeah. Like
across his giant scorpion abdomen.
Yep. Kind of like the cool cowboys from the movies, you know, that seem to have a different belt for each gun that they've got in their holsters. Cool stuff. Anyway, we've got some ultimates now running once again from our top laners, but this just seems to be the thing. When ultimates back up off cooldown, press button.
Well, Shiu has a pretty significant experience lead right now, is up a lot on farm. Zeus will hit level 9. He's just going to turn this into a plate get.
Yep.
And we'll back away as mid laners meet in the mid lane with TPs. Dragon is up. And right now, HLE have a lot of control around the left side of it, but instead of looking for the Dragon right away, they're trying to kind of catch someone on rotation. Finally, Kanavi will just go ahead and take the Sonic Wave in. Career will spot this out. Roamorph is available for Showmaker, so this is not by any means a secure Dragon start.
Yeah, and Lucid is going to walk his way over. Look at the health bar advantage. It is absurd.
They can't hurt him that much.
No. Well, Deadly Flourish does come down, and honestly, they're hurting him a fair bit. Showmaker is going to turn up, though, and down goes Kanavi. Yes, you were right, Wolf. It's going to be difficult to kill this guy, as it's not difficult to kill Career. He has to get himself into the back of the pit. Tib is running amok as well. There's another Deadly Flourish. The bear does go down, though, as Lucid's getting sniped. Showmaker is looking to tank it up in front of him. He gets himself out of the way. That is Zeka getting in there. They take them both down. Lucid has to get out with the flash, and that may not even save him. It's a double for Zeka and a disaster for DPLUS Kia.
What's with the holds on objectives in this series? He killed Kanavi, so you have Smite advantage in the fight, but you don't have fight control. So initially, everything gets sent into Lucid, right? He gets stunned. The shot follow-up here from Guma is good. Lucid's very low, but they get the pullback here onto Kanavi, and the attempt from Delight to deny damage isn't enough, so he still dies. Here, it's very difficult for Showmaker to leave, but I think they should have opted to flash him out of there and say, well, you guys don't have Smite. We'll continue to contest and otherwise reset, but they stay. Lucid's so low that Showmaker has to tank. Because Showmaker tanks, he dies. He also messes up the flash and doesn't get out of the pit, which is not great.
Yeah, it was all a little bit of a disaster there for DPLUS Gear. Now it's going to continue as Smash not going to be able to contend with a 4 now and 0 Annie in the bottom lane.
He got his role quest done before he died.
That's something.
All right, well, this is a bit of a disaster here for DPLUS all of a sudden. After a really good start in this game, I want to say, you know, he's exactly where he needs to be in these fights, has been so instrumental, but Guma on the accuracy, getting that flourish as well there onto Lucid in the final moments. He is also where he needs to be right now, chasing Career out of his own jungle. There's another one.
Binding lands, and that's going to be a dead Pike.
This comp from ahead is so oppressive. You're not getting away from anything. If you get seen and they start getting on top of you, you don't have friends, you're dead.
Yeah, and also if you're Pike, you're dead.
That's also a problem.
Don't have a health bar.
He's the one who's the most dead all the time in a draft like this.
Well, Showmaker making use of these grubs in the bottom lane. Let's have a look at how this all occurred, though. Even the captive audience to make sure that Gumyushi gets an assist from this play. Very, very cool.
No way for the Pike to come over and impact this one. Career I mean, sometimes you go fishing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you catch something you don't like.
And just barely tagged by that Cosmic Binding. I kind of thought that that sidestep had have worked out, but it did not. And so therefore, the Pyke does go down. Still, first items are coming on through for most people in this game. It is just waiting on Shiu to complete his first one, as he had to take a bit of a detour for some steel caps and an Executioner's Calling. But we know Heartsteel, very important for Lucid. Try and stack that one up as now Smash throws down an Arcane Storm towards Gumayusi, taking a lot of damage here.
Is it time?
Time for?
Pressing R for these two guys.
Oh, yeah, probably.
They both have their ultimates, so...
There we go, pressing R. There you go. Well, thank you very much. Zeus, realizing that he hadn't quite pressed his yet, he presses it. He's now walking the wrong direction, though. Bone Skewer will connect on to Zeus as the Ignite goes down. He's still stunned. The slice over the wall. He does get back. That was very cute, but it's not quite enough as Zeus is taken out.
Career got him on the technicality, a bit of a late presser.
Yeah. Kanavi not winning out on this trade just yet, but Delight comes on over to try and help him out. And that will get the Scorpion out of there.
I know we don't talk about Heartsteel stacks a lot. Oh, well, we're not going to talk about it right now either. Showmaker's going to need to leave.
Well, that is a Tempered Fate. Little mini stun kick into the wall there onto Showmaker, and he is surrounded right now. Tries to get back towards the turret. It does not work. And the Safeguard does get Kanavi out of there. So a really good dive. Going to be picked up here by HLE, but it's in trade for the turret on the bottom side. So first turret blood is going to even out the gold almost completely.
This game is so wild. I think, okay.
Yeah, flashes because the turret got mad. And there's a bullet. Good sidestep from Smash. He tried to get through, and it didn't work. Gumayusi is going to be able to lock down the kill.
Uma's popping off again on Jhin. It's one of his best picks. He's got a lot of really top-tier picks, obviously, but this one is one he's most known for next to Caitlyn over the last few years, as Shiu may also be a victim.
Yeah, Zekru was tanking up the turret here, but does make it out with the flash. Shiu not going to survive is Lucid. Not sure about that one, but the Pyke is able to lock down the kill onto the Lee Sin. Magical Journey, I believe, was taken there by Korea. He does find his way to Narnia, but isn't able to catch up with Delight here.
This game is starting to get to a bit of a silly state.
Yes.
What I was going to say before we had that fight, the first version of it, was that the gold lead is very small for HLE because there's a lot of money on this. Renekton had a huge lead for a lot of the time in this game, but the overall lead that's across an entire team is HLE's, right? And that's why I think that the gold lead makes it look like they're not that far ahead, but they really are. Smash, it was a really tricky spot there because he was just on the edge, so if he kept walking, that final shot was still in bounds. So he walked up, and then he was kind of, he 50-50'd it, and Guma had his number. Here, it's a little bit of a messy follow-up.
Oh, the Impale got Zeka out of there. Yeah. That's what made Korea look so silly. He's like, I'm following the Annie, don't worry. Wait, where's the Annie?
Well, they basically made it so there was, both exits were covered.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
As Lucid here doesn't have his Impale for this fight, so contesting this Soul point for Hextech Soul is going to be a large challenge.
Yep, I think they're going to have to go for it, though, as there is a bear dropped on the Scorpion. Lucid may survive, but he's not looking too hot. Great stun is going to connect there onto Kanavi as they do turn it onto Smash, and down he will go. Zeus now fighting against Shiu here as it's a decent Bone Skewer, but killing the Aatrox is not saving that Soul point, and I don't know whether they can even kill the Aatrox. As Shiu, he has to try and get out of there. The Dominus comes on forward, another Bone Skewer, but it does not matter. It's Kanavi grabbing another one, and HLE are really running away with it now.
They really are. And that fight looked kind of peculiar because we had Showmaker on the other side there on the Dragon, you know, saying like, you may have gotten our jungler out of the pit, but wait until my jungler gets back, we're going to take this Dragon. Wait a minute, the logic doesn't add up. As Lucid here trying to close the gap, doesn't have his Impale. If he had Impale, they wouldn't even play as far up, right? Because he could flash Impale them, but they know he doesn't have it. So they just walk straight up to him and push him away. Showmaker on the other side here with the Renekton. Kind of get the Dragon as Kanavi's by himself.
He is. He's dead. Okay, Smash is going to pick up that kill.
That's normal.
Very good.
That's normal.
DPLUS.
That's very normal.
I think this was intended, wasn't it? The intended outcome here for HLE. Kanavi gets a lot of information. There are bad guys in the top side.
Yeah, if you were, you know, a HANWHA fan at the doctor's office, Doctor was taking a look at this and like, oh yes, well this can happen at this part of the season, yes. Yeah, it is very normal actually to be, 2,000 gold ahead, but your Kanavi just sends a Rift Herald into the enemy jungle.
He wanted to kill the outer turret top lane with Shelly, but found bad guys. Okay, speaking of bad guys, Shu is completely surrounded, does slice and dice, but the stun comes in, and boom goes the Renekton. My god, Sekka does so much damage on this Annie. I'm just not used to seeing an Annie combo tear apart a Renekton like that, because he is 5-1-5 right now.
Yeah, he also does not really have any of the magical types of resistances, so...
No.
He is the biggest lead for DPLUS, though. Turned into a handbag in that moment, as DPLUS will get a big push here onto this turret and get out just fine. I don't think Guma's going to be ulting to chase a pike on this one. We'll even get the scuttle on the way out. I think DPLUS are playing the map really well, despite the deficit. They're finding small pockets of gold here and there, but it's the team fighting where they just have no control and no agency in this one anymore. And so it just gets tougher and tougher when we get to the brass tacks of it's Hextech Soul on the next Dragon, 2.5. You can't just walk away from that one or just send your Skarner forward with no impale on that one, or you're going to lose the game over it. So they need to figure out now in the next 2.5 minutes how they can wrestle Prio away, if that's even possible, and look for control over the area. You've got a Victor, you've got a Skarner with Flash Impale, you've got Realm Warp for different creative angles. This is going to be a moment where DPLUS find a miracle, right? They're able to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, or otherwise, I think we are going the distance.
Yeah, and they also need to make sure that they can protect Smash, who will have his Flash available for this next Dragon fight, which is going to be very, very important. The Baron has just spawned as well, and getting value out of Korea, I think, will be a difficult task as well, one that they need to try and figure out, because the Pyke, as the game goes later, as we've experienced, just kind of does less and less.
A lot of aggression here from HLE to get control of that Dragon Pit. It's a bit early, but setting up to push the Renekton away, letting this wave get pushed by Zeus on the bottom side. No one's answering Showmaker currently, though, and this kind of has been the trend of mid laners behind. They just go all the way as close as they get to the enemy base, while the rest of the group is trying to collapse on their other side, and then their other side laner, usually the top laner, ends up getting a defensive posture, and then it's rinse and repeat. So I feel like HLE wanted to get something there, and it's kind of a net negative, in fact, what they get overall, because they were in control of the Dragon too early. Got some vision, but there's plenty of time for DPLUS to recontest and clear it.
Zekka was looking for a bit of an angle towards Korea there. He knew he could one-shot him if he got anywhere near, but wasn't actually able to. Nice little dash away there. So Korea will live for the minute. Smash just trying to safely lock down these minions.
This is tricky.
Yeah. Showmaker moving on over. They do not manage to get the wallbang on to Zeus, but he gets slowed down as the rocks come in. The flash and the ulti now invested.
I mean,
and 50 seconds until Drake.
Are they gonna, if they had vision control over Baron, there was an angle there to at least try to turn this into a force of some answer from HLE, because Zeus was the one with TP on the top side of the map. He wouldn't have been able to TP to stop the Baron. Zekka didn't have it, but they don't have enough control. They don't have really the damage just yet either on that top side play there to look for something like that. No Gambit. They don't end up with Dragon control at all whatsoever. They're going to be the ones who have to walk in. They do have those tools though, right? The Flash Impale. They have the Smash Flash back available, like you mentioned.
Yep.
There are some ways here.
Oh, but they may not have their Scorpion. Never mind, he's incredibly tanky. It's kind of absurd. There's the kick, though, into the Tempered Fate, and they line them up. Gumayushi's now set up to get the damage in, and Showmaker is just dead. The answering kill is going to be there, though, as the damage from Smash is pretty massive. Korea tanking up so many of these bullets and goes down to the Aatrox. They catch you mid-slice as well, which was gorgeous. And a 2-for-1 is going to ensue. That should guarantee this soul.
I don't know what DPLUS are going to do here. Renekton has TP to come back in at full health. Some poke coming through from Smash here, but it's on to Delight. I think they're just otherwise largely going to ignore them and take this Dragon.
Well, Realm Warp is up. I just don't know whether Showmaker is going to be up in time.
No way. They get this Dragon for sure. The DPLUS can't get anywhere near it. Guma and Delight are holding the line.
Yeah, Control Ward's going down, and DPLUS, they realize they are not taking this one away. So HANWHA Live Esports, 4 Drakes in a row, 6 minutes until an incredibly early Elder. The gold lead is still not massive, but yeah, Hextech Soul, yeah, gold need not apply.
Yeah. It's an issue about the breakpoints of the items here for DPLUS as well, as they need that actualizer for Showmaker before he can really do damage. The idea here is good for DPLUS. You can see they want to look for the Flash Impale, but it's the Tempered Fate that ruins everything they're trying to do here. Shiu gets in the back line. Imagine with an Impale here what he would have been able to do, but the Impale is just really useless at the end of the day in the grand scheme of things because of that ultimate there from Delight, and they just kind of have to walk away.
Beautifully done. And now 15-7 is going to be the kill lead here for HANWHA Esports. They've kept this one at about a kill a minute, a much more bloody game than the last one, and it does feel like it suits HLE absolutely perfectly. As Korea, not sure about that one, as he is going to be able to bone skewer Zeka, gets him back over that wall, but it's looking somewhat dangerous. Did at least have a blue man down there to try and help him out.
Showmaker's got to be about halfway to that third item, and I don't know, surviving a Baron push is realistic. I mean, they have a Rise, they have a Victor, but okay, Kanavi, be careful.
Yeah, Lucid looking to try and take this fight because Smash was moving up. Shiu was waiting over the side.
I do think that HLE have a bit of a problem with Baron damage themselves, even from a lead here, so they're finding it difficult to look for Baron in turn, and after game one, I think you can expect there's probably a little bit of extra weight on their minds in that regard, but they aren't getting the Baron just yet, and DPLUS are just kind of farming it up at this moment in time.
But Hextech Soul, very scary prospect, and the idea of fighting around a Baron will be a tough one. Tempered Fate is going to lock down the jungler. DPLUS, can they get into position? That is the question. So much damage going down onto Lucid, trying to escape. They try and turn it. The Impale is gigantic, and he even flashes away. They take out the Pike. Shiu's so close to dead, and now it's Zeus' turn to kind of go ballistic. He's looking to get on top of Smash, but misses a bunch of buttons. Now Showmaker flashes away from Delight, who tries to flash in. Everyone is using their summoner spells now.
The whole time that fight was happening, and I think probably every HANWHA Esports fan in the world was like, that's a Skarner in a choke point! You're going deep! I thought he might have gotten more. He was sitting on Flash Impale. There was like almost a 5-man Impale angle there, but he gets the two that matter when they go way too far forward here after Delight's ultimate. As you can see, the Impale comes through, or sorry, the ultimate from Delight comes through there, and then Zeka walks forward here, and then Guma getting caught here's the worst of it.
That's crazy.
That's so much of your damage gone in a comp that's already so low damage outside of combos, which is why they played it that way. And then Smash and Showmaker here are able to kite it out. Showmaker is able to flash. If he gets caught there, could have been way worse. They might have been able to turn it into a Baron play. HANWHA Esports still have Hextech Soul. They're still in a pretty strong commanding position in this game, but I don't feel like chasing the Scorp into the choke in the enemy jungle was necessarily the most optimal play there.
Wow, 2 damage between Zeka and Shiu. 2 damage. That's ridiculous. That's the closest I've seen a damage grab.
Zeka's clearly in the lead, though.
Clearly, by 2.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Shiu almost did and damage to an Aatrox, which would have put him in the lead, but he did not. And so that means that, as you say, absolutely clearly.
I think the key thing to note here is like how little agency Showmaker and Smash have had.
Okay, hold on. That's another Impale onto Kanavi. Tempered Fate goes down. He does just have the W to get himself out of there. Now Zeus is looking to make his way in. Nice little knock-up as the curtains are being called, pulled back by the Infernal Chains, and down goes the Skarner. That should mean Baron. Kanavi's already on it, and Zeus is already underneath the enemy inhibitor turret. I'm not sure whether he really wants to, as he's going to have to umbrally dash through that base gate. Does do that as Shiu looking to make his way in. The Arcane Storm not going to follow them that far. And still, I mean, 30 seconds to wait on Lucid. This should mean that the Baron goes to HLE.
If you weren't convinced Kanavi is a changed man, look no further than him being like, guys, Baron is up. I think we can just back away here. He's the one who starts this off. Now, this time going into this Skarner solo and then running away means, hey, wait a minute, there's no more Impale in this choke point. So it's actually fine to chase here if they all go. But Kanavi is going to the Baron. This Jhin ultimate is very high value, and I think this is the moment where you turn around. But Delight is going forward, Zeus is on the chase on the Showmaker, and it's all a bit silly in the end, as they all try to come over here to try to help him, which means they're also not on Baron, which means Kanavi gets off Baron, Shiu shows up, and they've all taken so much damage from this Victor that it's very awkward. They're all very low health. The respawns are coming, and they can't actually do Baron. So Baron does not happen. In live, Elder in 30. Lucid, no flash.
Oh, no. Wolf, is this just are we just burger flipping? Oh, no, we're not. Showmaker going to have to walk the wrong direction to avoid the Tempered Fate. He is lasting a long time, but he gets kicked back to the open arms of Zeka. Another great Impale is going to come down, but it's only on to Kanavi. Shiu trying to keep them at bay, but the Pike just cannot even stand in this game anymore. And the curtains have been called by Gumayusi. Lucid able to avoid a couple of them, and he's very tanky. So he's not going to be dying at this point, but with 2 dead, I think this should be a free Elder for HLE.
Well, Elder should go straight to Baron. It's going to be very difficult to contest Baron. And then we have Elder and Baron. The push is
and
going
Soul, I mean, it's Exodia, man.
There's literally no way, right? There's no way DPLUS could come back from this.
Absolutely not. It's impossible. Zero chance.
Shiu is just going to be free food as well.
Yep, they're going to test out their brand new dragon here, as it does just consume the crocodile.
On the other side of the map, you know, DPLUS can get some vision on Baron, but trying to control it is just, it's a bridge too far. It's actually like 3 bridges too far.
Yeah.
Maybe even like 3.5.
Wow, that's so many bridges.
DPLUS, they come over here, they put 1 ward in the pit. It's not going to last very long. At least it's got 4 health points. And this Baron is going to go over, and now you're trying to pre-push waves. So they have the mid-wave pushed up to the midway point. That's as far as Shiu can send. His career is just trying to buy further time. They're really just doing this to buy Elder time, as he has Edge of Night.
Yeah, so he's able to avoid the Tempered Fate.
This is just time buy, right? The Elder is ticking down a little bit here. Yep. Look at Showmaker's wave. He pushed out bottom lane. They pushed out the top wave with Smash. Like, DPLUS are just prepping for the defense right now, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. Showmaker's going to push this whole wave through. We'll even get a little bit of plate gold for his troubles. He will eventually need to come back because they need his wave clear for the defense, but he's done a really good job of keeping at least this bottom wave far from home.
Yeah, could be some bounty gold over to DK as well, which is kind of crazy. Smash does have decent wave clear, but against Baron, it's going to be a tough one. Okay, that's a cute little dash over the wall there from Zeus to deny the Bone Skewer. And there is that bounty gold we were talking about. Spending bounty gold when your Nexus is about to explode, it's not exactly the greatest of things, but look at these turrets, man. They are melting to the hands of HLE, who have every neutral everything except for the Grubs at this point in the game.
Shiu on the flank, just 1 more Hail Mary is all DPLUS have got.
They've still got 45 seconds on Elder, though. They cannot be starting a fight right now. It's just too dangerous. These minions are just so scary. Yeah, Shiu just wanted to catch that wave. Will be able to do so, as Delight getting sliced on here. The rest of HLE are going to move up. Korea looking to see who he can catch out of position. The flash away from the Crocodile, as he will be able to at least hold on to that wave. Korea almost burns down to the Elder, but these Nexus turrets, they are just dying. I'm not sure about that Tempered Fate, but it doesn't even seem to really matter. As Shiu getting into the backline, they realize they have to pull the trigger. Kanavi fighting 3 of them, and finally HLE will get back to business. Gumayusi just needs to hit the Nexus a couple of times, and they will be bringing us to that 3rd game in this Legend Group series. An incredible one so far. The Flash Impale does nothing. The Scorpion burns down. Both junglers taking a little bit of a break here, but I think the Nexus is going to take a break as well, and HLE will bring us to a deciding game in